Welcome to yoga. Glad you came today. We can begin practice seated or supine. So a very wise modern day yogi, Krishnamacharya, 20th century yogi, said that the way to begin a yoga practice was to start where you are. So that's what we do when we center. Find out where we are, body, our mind, our emotions. So close your eyes. Begin your journey within, starting with the physical. And do a body scan, one part at a time, bringing your mind's eye to each part, not neglecting any. No judgment. Just travel around your body, noticing sensation and releasing tension, tightness as you go. Every time you come to the mat, your body is different, your mind's in a different state from the last time or the next time. So it's really important to be aware of where you are when you start. And to take that into consideration as you practice so that you work with your body. Now bring your awareness to your heart space, the symbolic center of the emotions, and just notice any emotions that you may have been carrying around with you for a while or woke up with, or anything you can notice now. Can be joy, lightness, happiness, openness. Could be resistance or sadness or anger. So just notice. Not trying to change it, just notice where your emotional center is today, what you're dealing with, because that will affect your practice. And bring your awareness to your mind, the workings of your mind, thoughts that may be recurring, or if your mind is busy, or if your mind is relatively still and quiet. Yoga, one of the definitions of yoga is to still the fluctuations of the mind. So that's something that hopefully happens during your practice, but just notice where your mind is as you start out. If you're thinking of things that are going to happen after yoga, that happened before you came last week, just notice. So you know where you're starting from. And then based on what you've seen in your body, your emotions, your mind, create an intention for your practice. This was the next thing that Krishnamacharya said. Start where you are and look forward toward a goal, something that you would like to, a positive state or result of practice. It could be to become calm or peaceful, to heal a certain part of your body. Anything that you want to get out of your practice today. Having an intention, a goal, really makes that more likely that you'll achieve. Makes it more likely that you'll achieve that from your yoga practice. And then the last thing that Krishnamacharya says is, you will not return to the place where you started. At the end of practice, you will be in a different place, and if you set an intention, it's likely that that will be where you will be, or more likely, anyway. So, before we start practice, because we haven't really talked about the breath, we haven't done a pranayama, just stay right where you are, and we're going to do Nadi Shodan, which is alternate nostril breathing, but without using our fingers to close off one side or the other. So it's just going to be a mindful directing our breath with our mind, so to speak, by imagining it. So keep your eyes closed, just relax everything once again, your face, your jaw, your neck, shoulders, sink down from the ears if you're seated or into the mat. First, just take a few slow, deep, even breaths. Now just imagining, using your mind, take your next inhale up your right nostril and exhale down through your left nostril. Slow, deep, even breathing. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale up the right. Exhale down the left. Inhale up the left. Switch sides, exhale. So you're just breathing on each side, starting with exhale, then inhale, then switching sides for exhale, inhale. Just imagining in your mind the breath moving up and down through one side at a time. No effort, effort, but no struggle. So just find a pace that is comfortable. Just using your mind to imagine the air flowing through alternate channels. The Ida and the Pingala, those are the channels that begin at the base of your spine in the subtle body and coil around the Shushami, the middle channel of your spine. These are not things that you can see with a microscope or an x-ray or anything. They're a yogic idea. But Nadi Shodan is a balancing breath. During the day, your body on its own will breathe more on one side than the other, and it switches back and forth because your body is very wise and knows what you need. And then let go of the pranayama And just come back to a slow, deep, even breath. Ujjayi, if that works for you, that's just the narrowing of your glottis, making a soft sound in your head. It can help you to focus and control your breath a little bit. If you aren't comfortable with that, just maintain a slow, deep, even breath. And we will begin practice today standing up. So best way for you, come into standing posture. At the front edge of your mat, or front third of your mat. And we'll begin in mountain pose. So lift and spread your toes, press down through the four corners of your feet. Little tuck of your tailbone. And lift the side waist, shoulders over hips, over ankles, and then bring your chin back a little bit, ears over shoulders. Externally rotate your arms, opening your chest, palms face a little forward, thumbs out, spread your fingers, lift up through the crown of your head, close your eyes if you have the balance, and just back off of effort a little bit. Keep your alignment, but use only the effort that it takes to hold the alignment. Definitely release any tension, effort around your eyes, your face, your jaw, your neck. Let your shoulders move away from the ears as your head lifts up. So rooting down and lifting up. Come back to your breath and take several slow, deep, even breaths. Following the movement of the body with the breath. Notice how your body moves on your inhale and exhale, smoothly flowing into each other. Inhale, flowing into exhale, flowing into inhale. One more breath. And we're going to do our warm-ups standing up today. So starting with a standing cat-cow. On an inhale, bring your arms back, shoulder blades together, externally rotate, lift your chest. Exhale, round your back, bring your hands to the front of your body, chin to chest, just like that. Moving with the breath. Inhale, extension. Exhale, flexion. Nice, slow, gentle movements initiated by the breath. One more. And then come back to neutral, and we'll bring the hips into it now with some forward bends. Inhale, arms up, reach up, fingers spread. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees as much as you want. You can come to a half forward bend, whatever works for you. Inhale up, exhale down. 3 more times. Inhale up, you can back bend as much as feels good. Move with the breath. And then Next time you come back to center, pause there. Take your feet a little wider apart, maybe shoulder width apart, or hip width, anyway, not too far out, but not too close together. And we're going to do some lateral bends. So we've done flexion, extension. So spread your fingers, spread your toes, press down, inhale, lift up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend to the left. So you're moving with your breath, slowly, side to side. Press down into the outer foot, out through your fingers. One more to each side. And then back to center. Keep your feet a little wide apart. Shake your arms out. Just let your arms hang loosely. We're going to do some rotations, just letting our arms flap side to side, using the oblique muscles, the side core muscles, to turn our body. And we're going to do a little bit of a different breath. So inhale, center. We're going to inhale through the nose and then exhale as we twist with a slight ha sound. Not forceful, just a slight ha. Okay, so inhale, lift up. Exhale, side to side. Inhale, center. Exhale, soft ha. Just let your arms flap. Couple more. And then come back to center. You can move your feet a little closer together, keep them where they are. And we're going to do a little more forceful ha breath this time. So on the inhale, shoulders strongly up to the ears. Strongly, and then ha, let them drop. 4 more times. Ha. One more. Okay. Now back to the inhale, exhale through the nose. No ha. Inhale, bring your shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, slowly roll them back. Bring your shoulder blades together. Inhale up. Exhale, roll them back. One more. Nice. Okay. Now this one we're going to go back to the ha breath. So arms out in front, fingers spread, reach out on the inhale, and then ha on the exhale, bring them back. Ha. 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 One more. Ha. And then just come back to center and just close your eyes for a minute. Notice the energy that happens with that forceful exhale, the ha breath. It's an energizing kind of breath. You can just feel the energy moving around in there. And then we'll do one more with the neck before we move to a different foundation. So inhale, center. Exhale, take your gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Do that a few more times. Just exhaling, rotates, inhaling back to center. Moving slowly, inhaling, exhaling through your nose again. And then next time you come to center, pause. Take your right shoulder toward your right ear towards your right shoulder. Bring your left hand just to rest gently above your left ear. And just hold for a few breaths. Don't press down on your head. Just let the weight of your hand bring a nice stretch to the left side of your neck. You can take your arm out to the side, fingers spread, just stretching toward the mat, the floor a little bit. Increase the stretch. Slow, deep, even breath. Exhale might allow a little more. Let your ear get a little closer to the ear, but don't to the shoulder, but don't force it. And then take your hand off, come back to neutral, take one breath here. And then left ear toward left shoulder, left hand above the right ear, maybe stretch your right arm out a little bit. Inhale into the side of your neck that's stretching. Exhale, release, relax. Don't lose your breath. Slow, deep, even breath through your nose. And take your left hand away, come back to neutral. Come back to your mountain pose. So just quickly build it from the base up. Close your eyes. Come back to your breath. You might do a quick scan. Notice where you are now and how it might be different from where you started, either in your body or emotions or your mind, your breath. Slow, deep, even. Peace, relaxed. Remember your intention. Okay, now we're going to do a few rounds of sun salutation, Surya Namaskar. It's closest to A, but I've modified it a little bit. Now here's a place where you might want to have some blocks for the lunge part. So you start in the top edge of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot back. Here's where you could come up to blocks if that helps you with your lunge. But you need to move your hands off the blocks when you go to the next one. Inhale, left foot back. Downward facing dog. Exhale, in dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Get it up there any way you can. Exhale, sink into the lunge. Inhale, rock back. Bring your left foot up to meet the right. Standing forward bend. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen out, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back. Lunge. Exhale, sink your hips. Inhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. Exhale in dog pose. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, lunge, sink. Inhale, rock back. Bring your right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Palms touch, hands to the heart center. So that was one round. We're going to do that exact same thing again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back. Lunge. Exhale in the lunge. Inhale, left foot back to downward dog. Exhale in dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, rock back. Left foot meets the right, forward bend. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Exhale, sink. Inhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lunge. Exhale in the lunge. Inhale, right foot forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up and come back to mountain pose. So this is our third time in mountain pose. We've done warm-ups, we've done a vinyasa. See where you are now. Close your eyes, look inside. See where you are. Remember your intention. Reconnect with your breath. And then open your eyes, and I'm going to do a little balance here. So from mountain pose, just lift and spread your toes. So remember the foundation, core, and drishti are the basic elements of balancing. Let the weight come into your hands can be on your hips or down, whatever is good for you. Let the weight come into your left foot. Come up onto your right toes. So get stable here. Have your drishti ready. Turn the left knee out, externally rotate. We're going to go into vrikshasana, tree. And then bring your right foot, you can leave it right on the ground like that on the toes, that's balancing. Or you can bring it to your lower leg, below the knee, or you can bring it up to your thigh. Whatever's right for you. Once you feel pretty stable and steady at each place, you can bring more into it. Your arms, you can bring movement. Just make sure you are breathing slow, deep, and steady. You're rooting and grounding. Face is relaxed. If you come out, just take a breath or two. Take your time going back in. Remember to have a playful attitude. It's all practice. If you come out and go back in, that's practice. If you're able to hold it steady and not come out, still practice. It's not better or worse. Okay, then let your right foot come down, shake out your left leg, take any movement to decrease tension there, and we'll try tree on the other side. This time let the weight come into your right foot, come up onto the left toes, just take a breath here, getting your balance here. Then externally rotate your left leg. Find where you want your foot to be. Once you're steady there, add anything you want. You never have to do the same thing on each side. And then come out with as much control as you can. Shake out your right leg. Take any movement here. And then we're going to come down to our bellies. So there's going to be an option here. We're going to come into downward facing dog, and then you have the option to lower down from high plank, keeping your elbows really close to your body, your body straight, lowering down as slowly as you can. Or you can come onto your hands and knees, shoulders over wrists, and lower down chest, chin, chest, and then the hips last. So your choice. So inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, place your hands on the mat, step back into downward facing dog, and then your choice of lowering down. So we'll meet on our bellies, prone. Just rest your forehead on your stacked hands for a few breaths. Feeling your new foundation on the front side of your body. Then come up onto your forearms. You can keep your, make sure your elbows are under your shoulders, fingers are spread, or you can clasp your fingers together. We're going to come up into a Dolphin Plank. So tuck your toes, lift your hips, lengthen out through the crown of your head, out through your heels, strong core, belly in and up. Inwardly rotate your thighs, so create some space in the back of your sacrum, SI joint. Your gaze is down and maybe a little forward. Breath is slow, deep, and even. So when effort turns to struggle, come back down. Maybe take a few breaths and then go up again. So come in and out. This is really a good core builder, but over-efforting doesn't help you. Okay, now come out, rest your forehead on your hands again, or you can rest on one cheek or the other. Take a few breaths. Breathe into the back heart, so the space between your shoulder blades. As if you're breathing right into the back space, and your back rib cage can expand because your front ribs are against the mat. Couple more breaths. Then come back up onto your forearms. Elbows under shoulders, fingers spread, press down into your tops of your feet. Let your pelvis, feel your pelvis firmly rooted onto the mat, the front of your pelvis. Sphinx Pokes. Now energetically pull the palms of your hands back so that your chest moves through your arms. Nice open chest, shoulder blades together on the back. Your gaze is a little forward, maybe 6 inches forward of your hands, but down to the mat. So you don't want to have your cervical spine extended too much, or really very much at all. So imagine the curve in your spine, the extension, nice smooth curve. Breathe. This is a nice back bend. And then rest again, either on the other cheek if you rest on one cheek before, or with both hands stacked and your forehead on your hands. Just sink into the rest. Breathe into the back heart. Just notice your breath. Come back to the slow, deep, even breath if you lost it. And then push yourself back up to all fours. Flat back, tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, fingers spread. Press into the fleshy bases of your fingers and the tops of your feet, your knees. I'm going to do a few earth salutations, moving with the breath. So inhale in neutral here. Exhale, round your back, bring your hips back over your heels. Child's pose. Inhale, bend your elbows, scoop up to cow. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, back to tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, scoop up, cow. Exhale, down dog. Okay, do that a few more times. Move really slowly with your breath. Let the breath initiate the movement. Moving through spinal flexion and extension. We've done sun salutations. Now these are earth salutations. Can be like a moving meditation. So nice as your breath just moves in a circle, flowing inhale into exhale into inhale, your movements can flow from extension to flexion. Not jerky, just flowing. That's vinyasa, water, flow. And the next time you come to child's pose, rest there. So pick a version of child's pose that fits where you are. It can be wide leg, legs together, knees together, somewhere in between. Arms can be out in front or down by your sides. You can rest your head on your hands or a block. Put something between your calves and your thighs. Make it a truly restorative pose where you can rest. And definitely here, breathe into the back heart, so the space between your shoulder blades. And just in your mind's eye, imagine the breath coming right into that space. Feel or imagine the back rib cage moving apart so the lungs can fill. Sink. Let your body sink down. And now come back up to all fours. Take your feet out to the side and come over onto your seat. Stretch your legs out in front. This might be a nice place to sit on a block if you have a tight hamstrings, or there's also going to be an option. We're going to move into Paschimottanasana, which is intense stretch of the back body. But there are also going to be some options inside. So just once we start, so I'll show you what we're going to do before we actually do it. So we're going to move into it in 2 steps. The inhale is going to be arms up, lengthening the spine. And the first exhale is going to be hinging at the hips, belly in halfway. And then we're going to inhale again, lengthening the spine, reaching the arms out, and then exhale, coming down. Now, if it's better for you, if you're a person who likes to have your knees really bent in a forward bend, you can have your knees bent here. Then it would look like inhaling, coming halfway, and then the next one, you'll bring your chest to your thighs. It just gives more support for your low back. So that's an option too. Or you can bend your knees a little or a lot, just like in forward bend. So make sure you modify so it's best for you. So start, try sitting on a block. So legs are straight, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Inhale, arms up, reach up, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, come forward halfway. Bring your belly in as you exhale. Hinge at the hips so your back is still long and straight. Take an inhale here. Lengthen again. And then exhale, continue forward. And let your head drop and your back round. And just settle in. So support yourself either against your knees, anything to protect your low back if your low back is finicky. But as you hold the pose, you can also support your head on a block, or I like to cross my arms and support my head in my arms. But stay with your breath and let your breath help you to deepen into the pose. So inhale, lengthen out, keep that space between your vertebrae, and exhale. You might be able to release a little more in your hamstrings and the muscles in your back. Slow, deep, even breath, knowing that at any time in any pose you can come out and go somewhere else, to a different pose. Okay, then inhale, walk yourself back up. Come on over all the way onto your back. Have a block handy here. Bend your knees, feet about hip width apart. And bring your arms out shoulder height, palms face up. And begin windshield wiper movements. So inhale in the center, exhale, bring your belly in as your knees go off to one side, doesn't matter which side. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. So just start off with this movement, just a few times to each side, and then you can modify based on what you feel, what you see in your body. So you could bring your legs wider apart. You could zip your legs together. If you want to work your core, you can bring your feet off the ground and move side to side here. It's stronger on your side core muscles. You can move your gaze with your knees or in the opposite direction, or keep it neutral depending on your cervical spine. So you choose what's right for you today. Remember, today is different from every other day in yoga. So you can try something new, stick with tried and true, but do what feels right for you. You are still breathing, slow and deep and even, and moving with the breath. And the next time you come to center, pause and take a supine twist of your choice. If you want to stay with the windshield wiper, you can just hold. We'll hold like a minute on each side. I'll do the timing for you. Or you could have one leg straight and the other knee bent and pulled across. So some kind of a configuration. You could do the figure 4 and let both the foot and the knee go to one side. But we've done a lot of supine twists. So pick the supine twist for you today. And I'll tell you, I'll time you for about a minute. So you'll know when to switch sides. Remember, in the twist, you're supported, so the inhale, send the breath to the area of sensation, of stretch, good sensation, never pain, and exhale, consciously release. See if you can feel any little bit of release. Your breath is telling your body that it's safe, it's supported. It's okay to let go of that muscular tension because nothing's going to get overly stretched. Okay, then inhale back to center. Find your twist on the other side. Does not have to be the same. And settle in there for a minute. Notice how this side is different. Accept what is and give your body what it needs, what it's asking for. Okay, now inhale, come back to center, take your block. We're gonna just do a last pose here, an inversion. So put the flat, broad side of the block under your, the back of your pelvis, not on your spine. Lift your legs up to the ceiling. Arms can be any way you want, but make sure you're situated on the block so you've got nice stability there. It's not wiggling or tilting or anything like that. And we're just going to hold this inversion for a minute or two. Inversions are really nice for your body, so just changes the gravity, the flow of blood, brings nice fresh blood to your brain. Restorative, so this is something you can do at home against the wall. The block just helps to get your hips above your heart, so it gives you a little more of an inversion. Just close your eyes and see if you can lose yourself in just the overall sensation of your body, even, whether it's the movement of the breath or heartbeat. See if you can keep your awareness right inside your body. You can also move your feet. You can rotate your ankles and flex and point. You don't have to be totally still. Okay, then let your feet come back to the mat. Press into your feet, lift your hips up, take the block away, and move into your Shavasana. You know the ropes. It's comfortable, symmetrical, and as little effort as possible. No effort, really. Supported. Once you're set up and feel like everything's where it should be, just surrender. Surrender to the moment. Moment by moment, breath by breath. Just take in, be aware of everything, but not attaching to anything. Safe, supported, everything you need in this moment. You have. And let your body integrate all the things you've done during practice. And gently bring your awareness back to the space. And begin to awaken your body with small movements. Maybe stretch a little bit. Come over onto your side and just rest there for a few breaths. Perhaps quickly scanning your body again. The end of practice. Noticing emotions. Noticing your state of mind. Your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Eyes closed, tall, straight spine. And as we close, I'd like to read a quote from T.S. Eliot that ties, I believe, connects with what we started the practice with by the master yogi Krishnamacharya, which was start where you are and you won't return to the exact same place. And when I was doing some research about these two men, I was surprised to find that Krishnamacharya was born in 1888, and so was T.S. Eliot. Krishnamacharya was born in the south of India, and T.S. Eliot was born, amazingly, in St. Louis, Missouri, although he then became a naturalized citizen of England. But one was a master yogi, and one was I guess you would just say, a master writer, won the Nobel Prize. So here is what T.S. Eliot says in one of his 4 quartets, Little Gidding. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. So yoga is an exploration of yourself and your body, mind, spirit. And we started where we were, and it would be interesting for you to think about where you ended. And if you know the place for the first time, or as Krishnamacharya says, if it was not the same place where you started, and that's, was your intention realized? Just some things to think about. So, thanks for coming to yoga and doing this exploration, and hopefully feeling some change and transformation. I will see you back here next week, I hope, and enjoy your day and your week. Bye.